Hey guys, what's up? So today I'm going to be giving a quick tutorial on how to manage environment variables in Node.js with an app called KeySpot. KeySpot is a portable secrets manager that removes the need for .env files, which I find to be a pretty big pain point. So let's get into it. So first thing you want to do is come to keyspot.app, and then once you land on the landing page, you're going to want to hit the login button. So here we are. I'm just going to log in with Google because that's the fastest. Okay, cool. So now that I'm logged in, what you want to do is you want to come up to this Records tab. This will load in all your records. So in KeySpot, collections of environment variables are stored in each one of these records. So let's go ahead and create a new one. I'm just going to name it test. And there we go. So let's go click on our new test record, and you'll see it brings us to this records page. So how we add application secrets to this record is we give each one of our secrets a name. So I'm going to give this one var1 as its name, and I'm going to give it a value of val1. And now we just add it. Okay, cool. And you'll notice that these two buttons light up. We've got revert and apply. If I hit revert, it'll basically just bring the record back to how it was before I made any changes. And if I hit apply, it saves those changes. Cool. So let's give it one more secret here. I'm just going to name it var2, and I'm going to give it val2 as a value and hit apply. You also notice that we have show and hide icons that make it so that we can hide sensitive information, and we have copy to clipboard buttons. Nice. Okay, so in order to access these application secrets in our Node.js application, we're going to want to take this access key at the top of the page and copy that, because we're going to use this to access our secrets here in code so that we can inject them as environment variables in Node.js. So now that we're in the IDE, let's go ahead and create a new Node.js project by calling npm init, and I'm going to use all the default values for generating this project. And we have a package.json here to indicate that we've created a new project. So the next thing I want to do is install KeySpot. So npm install -- save KeySpot. What that will do is it will install KeySpot into our node project, which you can see by looking at our dependencies here. We now have KeySpot. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new file called index.js, which is where we're going to be writing all of our code. Okay, so to import KeySpot, all I do is create a new KeySpot variable that is importing via the require function KeySpot. Okay, cool. So the way KeySpot works is when we call this function that we're importing and give it the access key that we copied from earlier, it will actually inject those application secrets as environment variables into our project. And the way that you typically access environment variables in Node.js is by using the process module. So I'm going to import that. And how you normally access environment variables is via process.env. This object stores your environment variables. Normally, if you're using a package like .env will take any of your .env files in your project, and it will inject them it will inject the variables as environment variables and store them in process.env. However, with KeySpot, we don't need to worry about .env files. Instead, we're going to be injecting our environment variables straight from the KeySpot app that we stored in our record, those application secrets. So let's go ahead and save our access key as a variable that we copied earlier, and now let's inject it into our environment. So the way we do that is we just call KeySpot and give it our access key, and that's all you have to do. This will inject our application secrets as environment variables into the process.env object. So KeySpot, this function is an asynchronous function. So if we were in an asynchronous function, we could use the key or the await keyword like so to access, that's not how you spell await, to access our record. But because we're not inside an asynchronous function right now, I'm going to be using .then, this function, and give it a callback. And this is another way you can access the record. So let's go ahead and print out the record onto the screen. So if we run this, we should be able to see our record get printed out with our application secrets. And there we go. As you can see, we have var1, val1, var2, val2 getting printed out on the string. So now let's go ahead and show that it is actually also getting stored as environment variables. They're getting injected into the environment through the process.env object. And I'm going to print out var1. And we should be able to see val1 get printed out on the screen, because that was the value of our var1 application secret. And there you go. So we are in fact injecting all the application secrets from our record from before into our environment without the need of .env files. Cool. So now the last thing I want to show you is how we actually update our application secrets, our record from code. So let's make a new record. This is what we are going to update our record to. And let's give it a secret named foo, which I'm going to give a value of 1, and a secret named bar, which I'll give a value of 2. And the way that we actually programmatically from our Node.js application update our record with these new application secrets is with the KeySpot function. We give it the access key, and then we give it a second argument, which is our new record. And if we run this, it should update our application secrets in our record. And let's go check it out in the web browser. Okay, and so as you can see, it did in fact update our application secrets. We have foo with a value of 1 and bar with a value of 2. And there you go. That is how you use KeySpot to manage environment variables in Node.js without the use of .env files.